I just don't know what it is. I just cannot get into Bella Ramsey's Ellie at all. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when she starts singing this episode.
Congrats on that.
Well, the chick can sing. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for The Last of Us, this one's going to be doing my next review for The Last of Us Season 2, this for Season 2, Episode 4, titled Day 1. So, another week, another episode of The Last of Us. Yeah, this was pretty good. This was a pretty good episode. I like this one. We had some, stuff going on, we had some action, we had some development for Belly and Dena. Yes, I call her Belly. If you're new to the channel and you don't know that, it's Bella Ramsey's Ellie, except she's not Ellie from the video game, so I call her Belly. You can thank Pedro for that, because he's the one that calls her that. So, anyway, I thought this was really good. I did. I like this episode. This episode opens up, and already I was intrigued. You basically already have, I forget the guy's name, but you had this famous YouTuber and stuff that was in this, I forget the guy's name, Josh something. He was in the opening scene as a Fedra soldier right away. I was like, what the hell? I'm butchering his name, but you guys probably know who I'm talking about. He was in this episode as a little cameo as a Fedra soldier, which was pretty cool. So we get introduced to a new character named Isaac. Now, you may or may not know him from the video game. I'm not going to spoil who he is from the video game, but we basically learn that this guy used to be a Fedra soldier, right? And he killed his squad, basically, in a pretty, gruesome scene there at the beginning. And then we see him later on in the episode in one other scene, which was a savage scene where he's basically, like, torturing this guy who appears to deserve it based off the way he's kind of wording this. Basically he's, teaching him a lesson and stuff like that. He's torturing him bad. He's burning this guy and stuff. And I thought the actor for Isaac, for the little material he did get in the episode, I thought he was really good. I did enjoy him, and I enjoyed his scenes. I like the flashbacks. I like, how they handled some of his sequences. I thought it was all really, really well done. But basically, yeah, that's Isaac for the show so far. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. I definitely wanted a bit more of him, but I did like what we had, and I thought it was intriguing, to say the least. I am excited to see more of him, because I liked his introduction, so far, at least. I thought it was pretty cool. Now, basically, this episode, you have, Ellie and you have Dena. They're kind of going through the city and stuff like that. They're, like, making noise and stuff, like, playing drums and stuff, and I'm like, man, the game Ellie would not do this, man. She wouldn't, but we got Belly on our hands, so that's what's going on, right? But anyway, so moving past that, I am very impressed, and I must admit, I thought Bella Ramsey singing that song from the video game, Take Me On, was gonna suck, and somehow it was pretty good. She actually could kind of sing, I'm not gonna lie. This is coming from somebody that does not like her as Ellie at all, and I gotta admit, she actually sang Take Me On in a pretty damn good way. She actually sings better than she acts, no offense to her. She was pretty good. I liked it. So I was kind of shocked about that, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna butcher it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. Now, here's the thing, right? After that, you basically have a massive sequence where they're going through. They got the WLF, soldiers or whatever. They're kind of making their way through, and then obviously they have to run for cover, right? They have to kind of get the hell out of there. And it's this really cool stealth scene where you see these bodies being hung. You have, like, these messages painted in blood, which I know a lot of this from the game. I can't explain what it is, obviously, but I thought it was done, and it was handled very well. I actually felt the stealth vibes in this. It was really cool. And, well, the scene with the train, genuinely, where you had, like, this huge horde and stuff, banger job there. That whole sequence was awesome. Felt like some Train to Busan type of stuff. You got, like, the zombies and the clickers coming in, they're breaking through the windows and stuff like that. They're making their way in, they're crawling their way in. It was really good. It was really, really good. I was immersed in the scene, you know what I mean? I thought that was all handled very, very well. Now, in terms of some of the other stuff we got in this episode, we also had, of course, Ellie getting bit, which was an intense scene. We have Dena that, of course, finds out about Ellie being bit, and then obviously she points the gun on her because she doesn't know that she's immune. Ellie tries to explain it, of course, but Dena, is on edge, which obviously makes sense. Now, I felt like this scene dragged a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I felt like this kind of went on a little bit too long. I also just find the dialogue between Ellie and Dena to be very cringeworthy on the show. I'm not going to lie. I find their dialogue to be very it's so teen drama. You know what I mean? It's so teen drama. It's honestly kind of insane. I can't lie. But obviously, you know, they kind of have their banter back and forth, and then you, of course, find out that Dena is pregnant, which I was not surprised about, because obviously that's something that happens in the game. But again, I couldn't get into Bella Ramsey, man. I just couldn't do it. Like, the way she was carrying herself, and then they gave us the sex scene, and I was just like, I don't know, man. It just didn't work, man. I'm gonna continue to criticize it. I don't care. I don't like this actress as Ellie. I just don't. But obviously, you know, that's just, you know, one thing. At the end of the episode, you see this, like, building on fire, and they kind of explore this, and it's like, you know, I'll go wherever you go type of thing, you know. They kind of hold hands and stuff like that, you know. So Dena's pregnant. They're gonna go in further, you know what I mean? Ellie's gonna be a dad figure, basically. That's kind of how they reveal it. Much better in the game is all I'm gonna say. Much better in the game. And now Dena knows that Ellie's immune, so there's that story development as well, too. Yeah. Yeah, good episode. I like it. I thought it was good. I thought it was better than episode 1 and 3. I did not think it was better than episode 2, though. I think episode 2 is still the standout for me this season so far. I think that's just the more well-written episode so far. This one's good. This one was good. I just think they could have done without some of the cringe in there and some of the dialogue and some of the lines that they had in there. It's just a little off, you know what I mean? But it wasn't, like, the worst episode either. It was good. It was solid. I liked it. I give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was solid. I think they did a decent enough job with it. I think that overall this season, I think so far it's been going okay, because, like, again, episode 1, not really for me. Episode 2, loved it. Episode, 3, nah, not really. And then episode 4, okay, solid, it was pretty good. We'll see where it all kind of goes from here. Like, is episode 5 going to be good? I don't know, you know what I mean? So, it's a really tough gamble right now. It really is with this show. It's hard to tell whether or not we're going to get good episodes or bad episodes. It's always kind of a mixed bag. For this episode, like I said, I like Dena. I'm still not into Ellie, her character in the show. It's just not vibing with me like the game did. But I will admit, I did like the stealth vibes to this episode that it had. It felt immersive. It felt big. There were definitely some cool nods to the game. And, expanding on Isaac as well, too, with the Fedra stuff, I thought was a really nice touch. I did like that because it felt like it was a big deal. You know what I mean? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is what I got for this. Straight up, that's what I got for this episode. It was solid. But I would say that, yeah, definitely work on improving a few things, especially the dialogue between Ellie and Dena, I think is getting very cringeworthy. But again, that is only for the show. I think the game did it very well, and I think that's why it's kind of an unfortunate thing on the show is because, I like their dialogue a lot in the game, you know what I mean? So it is unfortunate, but we'll see what ends up happening, man. We got 3 more episodes to go this season. Gonna be interesting to see how this all kind of pans out, but let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, and of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune up to any of the videos to The Last of Us. Sure, follow me at Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos to The Last of Us universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist. Beat world gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.